the thought that it's better to just use the excuse coward in order to make it less bad or whatever, and then like put her through all that. I'm doing lift now.
I'm sorry.
You made it contagious. No.
Just so you guys know, lift is spin.
I think
Spencer.
You're about to say exactly how I feel.
To get Spencer, like, in like, they're like, oh, you know, coward, and just like, it's better than what really happened. So therefore, and it just like tortured her this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you were really gonna do that, what you would do is you would just have done exactly what you did and came back and said, oh, he just died in the battle.
Yeah.
He saved us.
Right.
That's it.
Could
and
not,
let it
if you're lying
go.
anyway, why make up a lie that like destroys the pilot's family?
like the life and the family.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit.
Well,
not only that,
I
she
mean-
could become a humongous tool to you. Like if you were what's her name, Admiral
Ironside.
If you were Admiral Ironside and you played that right, you might have like a humongously loyal
However,
tool
we are skipping ahead a little bit. So, can we just go with it?
I mean,
Go with it.
No, it's the whole book.
Because they did. So they made that lie, which was bad. But they did try to bring her family in. Like they tried to take care of her family. They didn't want to exile her family.
Yeah.
Her mom chose exile.
But if you're making that the lie, what is her mom gonna do?
Yeah, well,
like
yeah.
screw.
I
you.
agree.
Well, no, I mean,
Whatever,
but here's
you know?
the thing, though, is that they even talked about how it's been a long debated thing in society, like many generations, like long before Spin was even alive. It seems like about this defect.
Yes.
So it's in society. So obviously, there's people that are high up that are going to be pushing for one narrative, and I think that this was kind of like the combating two narratives of no, it's not genetic, this cowardice. Yes, it is, and like them wanting to bring that in and them not being able to cover it up completely. That came on this story.
What I don't understand then is if you got these like super influential families, who have the power to cover up their ancestry of the people who were the mutineers that might have this defect. Then why couldn't you do the same thing for a very esteemed pilot?
Because you have other influential families that don't want to cover it up and want to expose this cowardice gene so that they don't keep having things like this happen. You have two powerful points of views combating with each other, and I think that this is where it kind of laid in the
worked
middle.
for some people and didn't for others.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird scenario. And the other thing we have to keep in mind is they weren't even a nation until after the Battle of Alta.
Right.
After the Battle of Alta, they finally
kind of came together.
Came together into this makeshift new nation.
Right.
And it's immediately going the militarized military government route because they're constantly fighting.
Right.
But like the amount of waste of talent, waste of pilots, the amount of waste that government was doing. And I know they quote unquote had their reasons.
Yeah, Ironside says tail of a reason. It's like, oh, let's just keep throwing kids out there.
Yeah, no, see,
it's way too soon. First day of class, 4
that
hours
was so stupid.
Desperation.
I think that I really hated that part of the book.
mistakes.
That was my least favorite part of the book.
Why?
They literally
I liked it.
barely
I
could
couldn't agree with
move
her.
up in the air, and she's having them go out there.
Well,
But that's what drove the drama in the book.
Yeah.
I didn't hate that at the
Right.
book. I definitely didn't agree with Ironside.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's what
actually
drove
did.
that.
Honestly, that's the only part of the book I didn't. I thought that was super
well, I'm
unrealistic.
just assuming Ironside's, like, no matter what she says, just has a huge vendetta against her dad, and it just carried through to
Yeah.
Spin.
But that's
She
also
didn't even
what I
realize,
don't.
but
to
it just
kill
kept
that
going.
But that's what
class.
also I don't
Yeah.
understand though. Why does she have such a strong vendetta? There's no way you could know someone that well as a person, and if they believe in the defect, why do they believe?
They don't know what the defect is.
But why do they believe the defect is a choice then?
What do you mean a choice?
She doesn't.
It doesn't matter if it's a choice or not if it
But
ends up.
you're saying she has a vendetta against her father.
Yeah, because she felt so betrayed. Ironside
Exactly,
felt so
that didn't
betrayed
make
by
sense to me.
Chaser.
That makes sense to me.
It
Doesn't
makes
make
sense to
any
me too, because what she's doing is she doesn't even have conscious control over how badly she has this vendetta against Spin and her family. Like she literally is like, I hate Spin, and she can never fly because of what her father did to us.
So she's an idiot. Because like
It's not that she's an idiot.
think
It's
about
that she's
it though.
human.
Think about it though. I cannot believe that you know somebody that well,
Yeah.
and you know exactly who they are as a person, and truly believe that they had control over what they did in that moment.
I mean,
I don't get
how
that.
can you see it when you're up in the air and he shoots down your other friends?
Oh, it's after. It's after. It's after. Just the thinking after it happened.
After it happened.
Yeah, literally, he went up there, he came down, and he did that.
Exactly.
Do you think that this person that you knew who went up there beforehand and came down beforehand was...
She wasn't looking for reasons of, like, what the fuck happened up there, and she was instead judging him and then wanting...
Well, then she's a poor commander, in my opinion.
But my opinion is that a lot of people are like that out there. They would do that. But I don't think everybody would. I think a lot of people would be like you and be like, I don't believe it, something messed up happened. But the evidence that they had, communication, the face, you know, even
exactly.
God
That's
was like,
what I'm saying.
I saw that face.
Exactly. That's proving my point, though.
Okay, so should
it is because
should the wife of Jeffrey Dahmer believe that he didn't do what he did? Because I've known him forever. He's been my husband. He's been a loving husband. He's so charming.
That's how I
this is a different situation because we're
anybody.
talking about something that they're talking about, like having a defect. What I'm saying is, why are they blaming the defect on the person?
Oh,
why
instead
not
of
blame
blaming
the defect
the
on the
defect.
crowd? It's like literally brainwashing something.
Well, they don't know what the
They don't
defect
really
is,
understand.
though.
I know, but
they just know it's a defect.
But still, then why assume that it's the person's
Or they
fault?
I think
assume,
it's
they
a
think.
defect, yeah.
I'm saying I thought that they were trying to make it seem like Ironside and the other people felt like it was the mutineers' fault. It was Chaser's fault. The way they treated them, the way they did, and I thought that was weird. 'Cause to me, that doesn't make logical sense.
Here's the thing, though.
There's a lot of things that humans do
No,
that
I
don't
know,
make
I
logical
know,
sense.
Brett, I know that, but I'm still saying
That's what
that's
makes.
But that's why I.
That's M-Bot's theory on why we're the superior race.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
because
But
we
that's
act
why-
counter to logic and counter to our statistical.
I gotta
basis.
hear-
Still, then I
I-
feel like she's not that.
Okay,
good of a
guys,
commander.
hey, guys.
I guess
we gotta
John's
stick-
just a big believer in Kaepernick.
Yeah. Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
I'm like, John thinks Colin
What's
Kaepernick's
Kaepernick?
coming back.
What?
What is that theory? The theory?
That's what I was saying. That's M-Bot's theory, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
M-Bot's theory of
chaos.
For you fantasy football players out there, John picked Kaepernick up because he thinks he might get signed this year.
Did he?
No, I'm just joking.
Wait, what? I'm so confused now.
I have not done
Captain
this.
Slack.
That's illogical.
Random hot fantasy football
I did choose
tip.
Josh Gordon in my last pick of the draft.
So
right.
I want to hear a little bit from Hitman and Captain, but on this particular topic, I think we could ice it. But I do want to say that, like, with all said and done, I think every single person who reads it is going to have probably a different feeling.
And
on
it's
this
very
because-
emotional. Too.
Yeah, it's an emotional
It's
tie.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're doing something, making choices that you probably, actually, most people will not agree with, seeing that we're perspective. But the reality is that it's a human choice, and it's just.
I am fully aware that, like, the way I feel about it is emotional, and like when I say, "Oh, it's bullshit, it doesn't make any sense," is that, and other people are going to feel differently. Yeah. But the difference, though, for this is that I'm right.
I think the difference is
No, wait, we're done.
Sunshine's got the spirit of Spencer within him.
Yeah. The spirit of Go ahead, director.
I think there's a difference between agreeing with a logical position, but then somehow not understanding why someone could feel that way. I think there's plenty of people that think illogically that I can understand why they think illogically.
Yeah. I'm on your, but I could understand why she.
Yeah,
is.
I agree
it.
with you that it's an illogical feeling, but I'm not saying like it makes no sense she would feel that way. To me, it makes sense why she would feel that way. I can think of a lot of reasons why someone would feel that way. Because I think a lot of people think illogical things for various reasons.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
fine.
we're
That's
good.
all I'm
We're
saying.
good,
That
guys.
makes
We're
me
done.
judge
We're going
her
off Admiral.
poorly.
Right.
Admiral Ironside is dead to us. No, I'm just joking. We can
She's definitely a very flawed person. I agree.
Yeah, super flawed. I definitely also don't agree with some of the other